Should kids be allowed on cruise ships? Let's get into it. Now, the reason why I asked this question is because I woke up this morning to this Facebook message. This person says, apparently many guests feel that children shouldn't be on cruises, and they will let you know they feel as such. Any families with children looking to enjoy a nice family vacation, you have been warned. It is absolutely disgusting and appalling how adults alike act in regards to children being on a ship. Carnival needs to do better. FYI, find adults-only ships if you don't want to deal with children. This cruise line has established that they have some things such as childcare for children, although they cater more to adults. And obviously, this was in a Carnival group, and I think this person is kind of upsetting in their spaghetti because lately Carnival has been really leaning into the adults-only cruises. In fact, there are now going to be some available for people sailing out of Galveston. Finally, amazing. And look, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and tell you, if you're feeling this way, that for the most part, most people don't have a problem with your kids. I mean, Carnival and Royal Caribbean and NCL have really leaned into the family aspect of cruising for a hot minute now. So it's not like it's new for children to be on cruise ships. I think the reason why you're seeing a lot of adults push back against being on cruise ships with a lot of kids is because so many of you are just not watching your kids anymore when you get on a cruise ship. I said what I said. Yeah. And look, there have always been some parents that don't want to watch their kids, but guys, since the pandemic, it has gotten out of control. It is not uncommon anymore to see kids as young as 5, 6, 7 years old, all alone on these cruise ships by themselves. And I think a lot of this is because a lot of parents feel that, hey, you know what? I gave my kids Wi-Fi. They have their own phone. They can call me if there's an emergency. They're safe. Not realizing that the same rules that apply on land actually apply at sea. If you wouldn't leave your 5, 6, and 7-year-old child alone in a store or in a public environment by themselves, you shouldn't be doing this on a cruise ship either. And somehow, some way, this message has been lost. And there are just so many parents now who are getting on these cruise ships, turning their kids wild and free, and then they're going to the bar and they're drinking, often in the adults only section, thinking, hey, we're on a cruise ship. My kids are going to be fine. Combine this with the fact that I've heard a lot of parents now kind of push back on checking their kids into the child care areas because they're like, oh, my kid doesn't like it, or they get bored, they have their phone, they can text or call. No, you should be watching your kids, man. I mean, there have always been people who don't want to be around kids, and I think it's important to really stress that originally cruising was for adults, but the vast majority of people don't mind being on cruise ships with kids. They just don't want the unsupervised mayhem that we're now seeing. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. You can always let me know your thoughts in the comments.